I feel like mostly I don't want to be on the internet until I try to promote my product or technology, and then it's like an impenetrable wall. Like nobody will pay attention to you. Only embarrassing things happen on the internet. But the moment you try to get the word out about anything, like nothing happens. If you just start from zero. So that's and that's basically my expertise on internet marketing, right there. So I'm looking forward to this panel. And so let's see. So that's also in my mind that's the kind of person we look to try and help. And okay, so first I want to start with your backgrounds and why is it all of you got interested in online marketing? All right, I'll start with you.
Hi guys, good evening. Thank you so much for inviting me to LYNQ. My name is Daniella Santana. I'm a China business consultant, entrepreneur, and a LinkedIn trainer. I'm also called as a business influencer. So I have a really big community both on WeChat but also on LinkedIn. My background is actually manufacturing, sourcing, trading, quality control, basically actually doing those type of services, but then I moved into more consulting actually for companies that want to learn and understand more about the Chinese market, but also how to buy and export from China. Today, as I said, I'm moving more into consulting and also training. So I developed a training called LinkedIn Bootcamp for entrepreneurs, CEOs, business owners that would like to promote themselves as a personal brand and attract customers on LinkedIn. And the other course that I have also developed is how to export from China, which is a comprehensive course on basically letting you know all the details that you need to know for you to start exporting from China. But that's for beginners, okay? So we are basically, that is my background. I have been featured in many places such as TEDx, Startup Chile, Startup Launchpad from global sources. Well, you guys can check me out later on my LinkedIn. It's Daniella Santana with the MOOER. So yeah, basically that's my background. Been in China for, working in China for 10 years, and yeah, living in China for 10 years and working with China for 14 years.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks Charlie for inviting me for the thing. It's my first panelist, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm Amy from the Dagents marketing agency. My background is obviously just marketing. I've been helping a lot of Chinese startups do crowdfunding in Kickstarter and Indiegogo for the past few years, and now I'm moving. I'm moving forward to bring more developed companies and help them to brand in overseas, because as my experience, there's a lot of Chinese companies, they don't really know how to market overseas to the Western market because the culture difference and the way they run their business. So I'm in the gap, and especially I do online marketing for them, so make them brand is well known in the Western market. So I've been doing a lot of consumer electronics products, and now I'm working with more niche markets like music industry and other industries. So I'm here today to help answer some online marketing questions. If you have any questions, please free to ask. Thank you.
Alright, hey guys, I'm Zach from AMZ Kung Fu. I've done so many things that I've probably forgotten about half of them. Sold more than 8 figures on Amazon, which has been pretty cool. I work with a lot of the top 50 Amazon sellers in China, and I've sold in easily more than 100 different product types and categories by now. So I even forget a lot of them. I do a lot of software. I just created a new one called PANELISTs. So we have 70,000 European buyers that we connect to Chinese sellers and help them kind of get reviews. And all Chinese sellers just think reviews equals more sales, so it's the right kind of thing to do. I'm also just about to join the e-cigarette company as a CMO. I think it would be fun, and I really love this market.
Cool, okay. All right, I guess the first question is the first question is how to get started. But let's see. So basically, what is it do you tell people when they approach you? It's like the first question I have for everybody.
Sorry, what?
When people approach you, you know, there's always a learning curve. Most likely, the people who need your help are not experts, right? So, and then usually you have to educate them on like the limitations or what to expect and how you work and how people work with. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So I'll be focusing today on LinkedIn because that's what I have been teaching for the last a little bit over a year. So basically, a lot of people come to me with the same concern related to LinkedIn, saying that they cannot get any business from there. And LinkedIn is a great place for anyone to market themselves and the product. So if you guys are not on LinkedIn yet, you have to be there. And the best way to go about LinkedIn is to build yourself as a personal brand. And that's what I do. So if you think in terms of building first yourself, not really your company. So first you build yourself as a name so people know, like, and trust you. Therefore, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, if you have different umbrellas of different businesses, just like I have, you are able to basically launch just anything and be successful at it because you build yourself as a personal brand. So you are the face of the company, not your logo. And a lot of people make the same mistake on LinkedIn. They go there, they post irrelevant things that don't really matter to the audience. They don't know what they are doing there. And most of the people have, a lot of people, especially in China, they are trying to sell to overseas. They have just this logo as the profile picture, and this is like one of the biggest mistake ever. When somebody tried to add me on LinkedIn with a logo picture, I refuse immediately. I don't even check what the background is, what they're doing, and what they are selling. So the best tip I could give you to you guys, if you're trying to launch a product, it doesn't matter if it's B2B or B2C, LinkedIn is good for both, because before you become a business owner or you are working for a corporation that is B2B, you are also a B2C, you are also a customer, you are also a buyer. And so this is another misconception that people have around LinkedIn. So if you guys are trying to sell B2B or B2C, it doesn't matter, LinkedIn is the place to go.
Wait, clarify the buyer part. You're also a buyer.
Yeah, what I mean is I am a seller there. Okay, so let's put myself as a seller. I am providing LinkedIn training and China business consultant on LinkedIn. Okay, these are my main services. So I am selling. I'm a seller, but I am also a buyer. I could be approached by other people trying to sell me stuff. Yeah, so we have this mutual way. I'm a buyer, but I'm also a seller. So that's what I mean.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
All right, so what can people expect from your help? What kind of, you're saying, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So people need help promoting themselves. But what are the kind of different directions? Like, in my mind, like probably the best thing LinkedIn could be used for is like ambushing journalists and powerful people. But
Okay, so basically LinkedIn is based on building relationships. So you are not really that to, there are two ways you can go about it. One is just direct selling. First you build a relationship with someone until you get to the point that you actually offer them something. But one big mistake is to just connect with someone and straight directly, hey, here's my product, go check my website. So this doesn't work. The reply rate is very, very low for that. So the best way that I teach my students is to first connect with them and send them a welcome message and talk about them. So it's always about your clients. It's never about you, and it's never about how good your product is. So it's how amazing your client has, how amazing his profile is or her profile is. How amazing was the post that they did, how wonderful was that company that they visited. So these are the things that you should be talking, the schools that they went. So these are just things that you can find on their profile to start a conversation with them. And from there on, maybe 1 week or 1 week later, 1 week and a half later, then you can start a business conversation with them and start checking to see if they are interested in buying a product. So this is one way to go. The other way to go that I use most of the time is to build, like I said, build yourself as a strong personal brand on LinkedIn so you don't have to look for customers. Yes, it's always great to be active and proactive and look for customers, but today most of the customers come to me. And that's what social media does, all right? When you build your brand at a certain level and you're providing immense value to people and people already know, like, and trust you, they will be going to your website and checking you out and sending you messages on LinkedIn. On a regular basis, I receive all kinds of messages that I cannot even keep up with, of our companies wanting to enter China or wanting to export from China or wanting the LinkedIn training or whatever it is that I'm providing. And now, the other important thing is that us here based in China, even foreigners or Chinese, we all face some type of issues such as how reliable we are. You know, are we real? Are our companies real? I'm sure, who has had an issue here related to that? Or you had, right? I had many in the past years. Today, I never have one single issue of people asking me, where is your company registration? This has never happened in the last 2 years. Nobody come to me and, oh, what is your website? People don't even ask about my website and they want to do business with me. So that's how powerful LinkedIn is when you know what you're doing there, sorry. So that's the way to go. So either you should be building your personal branding, and on the other side you can also approach investors, journalists, just basically you can find anyone, CEOs, all kinds of people on LinkedIn.
Cool, okay, so 2 strategies. One is contact people socially, and then before you give a value proposition, and then the other one is develop your own brand.
Yes,
right.
correct.
Okay, any other questions about, okay, Luke.
So you mentioned about, like, if it's a brand account, like avoiding logos, or like if we wanted to build a brand account rather than a personal account, like what should we go? Yeah, business account. Like what direction should we go there? Like should we show off our products on that page, or like link to our engineers, or like how would that work?
Okay. Thank you. Great question, Luke. So LinkedIn, you can go both ways, all right? However, personal branding, personal profile is still way more popular than page profiles. Why is that? Because people want to connect with people, okay? People want to see who is the person behind the company, who is the person behind the product. So the best advice that I give the students is first focus on your personal brand the most. Focus there, because that can grow really fast. I'm talking about 3 months. Yeah, you can have like really big results on LinkedIn in just within 3 months. However, if you're doing a company page, that's gonna take you massive amount of time and money. You won't be able to organically grow that page company, okay? Gonna need to be doing ads, and ads on LinkedIn, they're really expensive. So the best way is to grow yourself as a brand, and then you can start driving traffic from your profile to your company page. And then of course on your company page is a mix of videos, articles, and posts. They are related, can be about you as well if you are the owner of the company, can be about your products, but it shouldn't be that salesy kind of approach. Okay, as LinkedIn is a social selling platform, it's not a selling platform. It's a different thing, and people still don't understand that. You're not there providing. So I had one very cute student, he's Chinese. He was my first LinkedIn student, and he attended the boot camp. The boot camp is like a 7-hour. We actually hosted here on Troublemakers, and the guy was doing everything really well, and a lot of Chinese people, they don't know how to use LinkedIn, right? When you see the Chinese factories, they are posting like products here, buy my products, this is the price, this is my company website, and then you look, there is not one single like, right? Because the truth is, nobody cares. Nobody could give a damn, that's the truth. And so he used to do this type of posts. And after the course, he started to properly start posting all the things that I told him that he should be posting and how he should be posting. So So he started to get engagement, and then one day, I think it was Hank told him something like, hey man, we don't see any of your products or something like that. So he went on LinkedIn and he started posting all kinds of pictures about his factory and his products. And I didn't know, so one day, because I always check my students' LinkedIn to see how they are doing, so one day I went there to check his page, and all I could see was selling and selling and selling and selling, and I gave him a big, I said, I entered our group support and I said, Lee, go there right now and delete everything that you have, but everything. I am ashamed to say that you were my student. He laughed so much, so he went back there and he started posting again relevant stuff and valuable stuff. And no, I kid you not, you guys can go and search for him and ask. His name is Leo Lin. He deals with LED manufacturing. He got more than 10,000 impressions in just one post he made it. Many likes and more than 10,000 views on that one post. And so that's why it is important for you to build yourself first, and so people knowing yourself, they will know what it is that you're providing. So best way to go, build yourself, have a company page on the site as well, keep posting so people, when they click, they have something to see. But I don't believe today that is focusing just on your company's profile would do you much good. Now also the other thing that people don't understand is that usually the page companies that has high engagement are the ones that has tons of employees. For example, Apple, Microsoft. They have thousands and thousands of people, so how many people are sharing all those posts, that the company page is posting? Thousands of people, so of course they're gonna have more and more followers. They're already famous, and plus they have tons of employees to help support the page. Now, if you are a small, medium-sized entrepreneur company, you won't be able to do that. Most of your employees would not have an idea what they're doing on LinkedIn. So, and they have 10, 20 people, 100 people. It's not gonna go anywhere. So focus on your personal page. You see a lot of results very soon.
So basically the idea is to get as many as your employees on there, with quality profiles, and then eventually your business will start.
Yes. Yes, so you let every single employee understand what they are doing there and how to bring traction to their own profile, and therefore they can start sharing your page engagements and articles and so on. Yeah, that's the best way to go.
Cool, okay.
Cool. So just going to your original question, before you even pick channels like LinkedIn or Facebook or something like that, you need to know what's going on in your market. I'm about to sell electronic cigarettes. Facebook is not the best option for this, right? There's a lot of restrictions around nicotine, or a lot of your products might be super technical. So just to people that come to me a lot, my advice is you don't need to reinvent the wheel, ever. Marketers, good marketers steal. You need to know what's going on in your market and what are they doing. And that way you decide where to focus your efforts, because you have a lot of other companies that are spending a lot of time and a lot of money trying to figure this out. And they probably figured something out. So you don't need to start from scratch with your marketing every time. If you're trying to sell something, try and see what similar products are doing, and then that's where you want to start. So you don't need to pick your channels first. You need to based on what you want. Because if I was really good at Facebook, I might start to think, oh, every Facebook is going to solve every problem I have. But maybe there are other situations that you might want to go to. For a lot of your products, you guys are going to have very small and passionate audiences. For example, 5x5, Arduino style stuff is not going to be super mass market, but he's going to have a couple people that absolutely love this and are going to want to buy 10,000 at a time. So you want to see how are people doing their distribution, how are people selling already, what channels are they using, And you also want to know who your audience is. A lot of people in the product development community are really excited about what they're making, and they should be, but they don't know at all who are you going to sell it to until it's too late, right? You need to figure out who are you going to sell this stuff to and who's your target customer for first, even at the beginning stages of your product development. Because I make cool stuff all the time that I think is cool, and then people are like, oh, I don't need this. And that's not a good situation that people want to be in. So you want to figure out who is your audience for this before you even make the product.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
add
you're
something
saying-
up.
Okay.
Well, I think Zach will cover some of my topic, but I may have some more to say. When a client comes to me, I'm always asking, what is your product? And why do you think this product is going to sell on the Western market? And then after they show me the product, and I will look into do some marketing research to see how the kind of similar products works in the local market, and then I will pull off some data, and I will give the kind of honest feedback that I think this product is going to work, or this product is not going to work in this market. And then I will, if this product is working, then I'm going to ask the second question is how long you want us to do this brand. And some products is very fast, like a couple months you will have a very big community and they want your product. But some products, they may take a long time to build up your followers and your audience. So this kind of product, you may have to put a lot of effort in with building up your own community by running your social media, which includes all kinds of different platforms. And also you have to do a lot of online campaign, and some products you may want to have some media to get involved, so to get along with. So back to the point one is, any clients come to me, they have to know what is their product and what you want to do. If you want to do what is your goal for the product. And also, before you reach out to do marketing, you have to sort out your sales channel first, because I find it's very important, because a lot of sales channel is online now, and you may want to do purely online, like Amazon or eBay or whatever other online shops. But sometimes this kind of product, some kind of products is more suitable for you finding global distributors. So sales and marketing is always combined together. So make up your mind before you start reaching out for some other things. That's what I.
Cool. Okay.
I just want to add
Go
one
ahead.
quick
Yes.
one to what Zach said, related to finding your target audience. So if you guys are unsure right now, you can go to hubspot.com/make-my-persona. It's free and it's very interactive, and you just start picking like what your persona would look like, and a bunch of characters appears, and you can actually see how they look like. So it's very, very interesting.
Explain that one again. HubSpot.
Yeah. HubSpot.com. What's that?
Oh, I don't know.
HubSpot.com/make-my-persona. So yeah, it helps you to identify who your target audience is. It's free. You can download the entire PDF with all details, age, gender, job titles, a lot of information they give you, and you actually get to see like a kind of a cartoon, so cute, where you can actually, okay, yeah, this looks like my buyer. So it's really, really cool.
Cool. Okay. Questions about channels of marketing? Okay. Sophia.
One more question for the LinkedIn. Do you think if we post like a series tutorials, videos, it's better than post like not constantly random posts about our company news or the industry news? Do you think if we post like every Friday in the morning, 8 a.m., we have a tutorial and it's in consequence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sophia. Hi, Sophia. Great question. So, basically, Friday is not the best day to post on LinkedIn. Let's start from there. Best days to post are basically during the week, let's say Monday, when people are like, I'm going to make a lot of sales this week, you know. These are the best days to post on LinkedIn. Not Friday when people are like, oh my God, I hate this job. Can't wait for the weekend. So, but I post most of the days actually. So, best days for engagement is Monday through Thursday, because also, if you're posting Friday, for example, if you want your post to go viral, you have to keep on keeping the engagement on your post. So if somebody likes or leave a comment, you have to keep on engaging with that person and the other persons that are coming up next. If you're doing that on Saturday, people are off the next day, Saturday and Sunday, so nobody will be able to, your post will not be able to go viral as if you're posting on Monday, because you still have the rest of the days to post. Now, the other thing related to what is it? Step-by-step tutorials. The tutorials. Yeah, tutorials go very well, and LinkedIn has just changed the algorithm. So regular posts are not going as well as video. So however, video takes longer to reach an audience depending on the type of the video. So if you are doing tutorials, they have to be between 30 seconds to 1 minute and not more than that. Yeah, so you're gonna have to do a lot of work and divide those step-by-step tutorials into small pieces of videos, and you can do, you can create a brand around that or a schedule around that. That's what I do, like maybe every Monday a video, every Tuesday an article, and so forth. So you can create a content strategy as well for your brand. But step-by-step tutorials go very well as long as they are short video. They are not exceeding more than 2 minutes maximum. But 30 seconds from 1 minute is the best.
Alright, so since you brought up social proof, or basically how many likes, comments, and what other sorts of engagement on your stuff, one of the biggest mistakes I see from pretty much everyone, whether they're Chinese, American, whatever, is you need to fake it till you make it. If you post your tutorial and you don't do anything else, and it has like 0 likes and 0 everything, and then no one wants to be first, right? No one wants to be the first person to like something, the first person to leave a comment. You need to show people how to react to what you're doing. So this is the big thing that most people forget. If you're doing a Facebook post, I hope you have 20 people who love you because you're going to annoy them over and over again, but you say, hey, I need you to leave a comment. Here's what to write. I need you to share this to this person, okay? Because once you do those first you want to do it in basically as soon as the post goes live. You want people to be ready already to do comments and like it. Because if you see a post with like 10,000 comments, you're like, oh, okay, I'll comment on that. And if you see something with like zero comments, 0 shares, you say, fuck this. So the easiest hack that you guys can do on everything you're doing is, have like 20 people that can like your stuff, provide some engagement, and make you look more popular than you are, and you'll fake it till you make it until your stuff starts to work.
Let me add quickly.
Right.
Let me add quickly. A great point, Zach. So yeah, asking people to asking them to take some action is important on LinkedIn. However, the best way for you to get likes, comment, and share on LinkedIn, and especially when you are starting, is to actually start building your network locally. All right. So let's say if I was starting from scratch right now today, and I needed to build an audience on LinkedIn, who will I be adding into my LinkedIn? I'll be adding Sophia, which I just met, no like and may, trust me. I'll be adding Tuli, I'll be adding Zach, Amy. I'll be adding people from Shenzhen. I'll be adding people that I know. I'll be adding people that know me. And so the best way, because they will probably like your stuff, and they are also in the same local time zone as you. And LinkedIn will push your post within the 20 minutes. If you have a lot of likes and comments, they will push your post to go viral. So what you can do, Sophia, is to actually send your first post. Actually, this is premium advice. I'll send you the WeChat account later, don't worry. So the best way to do is to be sending, pick a few friends or people that you know that can engage with your content or may be helpful for them, and message them that type of content. Just copy and paste the link and make sure that they leave a like or a comment, and that's the easiest way to start getting traction on your LinkedIn posts.
And one more.
Okay.
The hashtag
works the same as Facebook and Twitter? I saw people can also hashtag on LinkedIn.
Yes, hashtags are also very important. You can always, so basically my own hashtags are China, Shenzhen, international trade, China business, LinkedIn tips. Yeah, these are basically the, and startups. So for example, but if I am posting something that is different than my normal content, I will find the hashtag that is relevant to that post. So hashtags work very well. Like the other post that works very well, and you should put in some hashtags are reports. So I constantly share reports, and sometimes I have over 30,000 impressions in just one post with more than like 200 likes or even more. So that's basically because when I'm adding value to people, everybody wants a report. So if you are sharing a report that is relevant, and then you ask them to leave a yes, if they want it, leave it a yes. So like Zach said, let them take some action. And that's not really because you just want them to take action, that's because you want the post to go viral. The more comments and likes on your post, the more people you see it. So yeah, use the hashtags.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, the next question is favorite hashtags.
No.
There are no favorite
No.
hashtags? Okay, all right. Next one. Okay, so it seems like a long time ago, eBay auctions, the correct time to have the eBay auction close was Sunday night, like in the target time zone. And it seems like things have changed because now, you know, you want your launch your Kickstarter on Monday morning, and you said Monday morning for LinkedIn, because that's the moment people go back to the computer. Like, is there
Monday to, I can comment on eBay because I don't work with that.
Yeah, so it really depends what you're selling, because now we have a global audience. Things don't really, you know, matter as much. You can use different tools, like now with email, you can send it out to, they nail down what time zone people are in, so they'll get it at a consistent time. But basically, don't worry too much about this sort of minutia, like what hour should I send my stuff. Just like post a lot of stuff for like 2 or 3 weeks and see when you tend to have the most kind of engagement, and then try to copy based on the best times. But overall, don't like worry about this too much. This is a very small detail compared to the larger strategy of what you guys need to be focused on. Facebook has some really good kind of graphics about when are you getting your post engagement, and also when are people sleeping. So if people actually like your Facebook and you go to your analytics, you can see when are people awake, when are they active on Facebook, and you can kind of time it around that. But like, there's never going to be one best time. Don't listen to anyone that says there is. Just do some posts and see when your audience is like responding to that.
All right, cool.
We'll give you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have more questions for Amy for sure. So like, I think how to describe this? Like, you know, I feel like just like a really large percentage of Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaigns are secretly launched from China. Probably, who knows, probably more than 50% of the world's Kickstarter campaigns and Indiegogo campaigns, like a massive amount of the work happens in China, I think. But it's all secret. There's no way to measure this. There's no way to prove it.
Yeah.
But and I think most of it actually happens in this city. So I think
I'm not sure about this city, but
you haven't come
China
up to the
part,
city.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, for Kickstarter and Indiegogo is very funny is because people really need trust to buy to give you the money, and I'm Chinese. I'm not. I have to say that we are not so trusted in this kind of business. So a lot of companies, they follow to some expert says, you have to pretend to be a Western company, so people will trust you more and give you the money. But when people come to me, I never say, don't do that, because if you've been found out, yeah, sure, you may make money by now and you make your goal, but once in the future and you've discovered that you're a Chinese company and pretend to be a Western company, then that's it for you. You will never grow and people won't trust you anymore. So there's not a lot of Chinese people here, but if you do ever do crowdfunding, don't pretend you're a Western company, just be honest. And make sure that you have a really good idea about product and do a right market, then you will succeed. So don't pretend, because if you want a long-term business and you don't want just get money as fast as now, then you have to really plan it out and don't lie. And Western people don't like liars. I have a very good example that the company I'm working, the campaign I'm working at, the MOOER Audio, is as I said, is an instrument company. Long time ago, I think 3-4 years ago, they steal some code from a very famous American company called EHX, and of course the Chinese businessman never tell that thing. So I was never told when I take over the case, and I think it's right before the event in America this year, January, and I read some news online said we lost the case, and I'm asking what the hell, what is this? And then they said, oh, it's something we did a couple of years ago, and we just steal the code. And they're so stupid that they put the copyright in the code.
Oh.
They didn't even delete that part. And I don't know, as a marketing person, I don't know, so I can't react in time. So even now, if you go see online, every time my team posts anything on the MOOER Audio things, there's always some guy from the EHX says, you guys steal, you guys stole that. So don't do that. If anything been discovered about the people, and the word spread really fast online, and you really, really hurt your business. Sometimes it's just kill your business. So don't do that. Yeah.
So stay alive.
Yeah.
For the record, I've helped a lot of Chinese people. I can never convince them.
Yeah, I know.
Their address is always, Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, some Silicon Valley
They used
location.
my house in America for
Right,
one.
right. I even found like a data sheet for LEDs, and they said, oh, we're a Silicon Valley company, and then they had like the English data sheet, and then the address was in China, of course. It was always, But, all right, so Amy, I want to know, like, in my mind, like, as a Westerner, we always think, oh, like there's so many hardworking people in China. You, as a Chinese person, must have access to like a small army of people that can help us with social media.
Yeah.
All right. So what kind of things do you offer? What kind of strategies do you use, like systems for attacking the internet?
For online marketing, I think building up your community is the most important thing. So otherwise, are you using social media or using online influencers? It's just the tools used to build up your own community. So this is the part people get confused. So they always say, oh, I have to run well on my social media, my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube channels. But they don't know that actually you do all this work is just trying to build up your own communities. That's people gonna follow you and follow your brand. So this is the most important thing that you have to always keep in your mind. All these tools is just for you to build up your community. So for my advice for the social media part is just a tool, and the tool that is for making something to achieve something. So you have to know how to use the tool. These tools can give you a lot of data that you can know about your communities. Who are they, what kind of topic they like, and dig deeper, and you find out they're the same kind of people and what kind of things they like. And when you know that by using the tools, then you can put this back into the tools and make more engagement with the people you have. And if you do this well, and a lot of things I do, the community that I build up for other companies, they tend to volunteer to do a lot of things for the brand because they trust the brand and they like the content we post every time. So they volunteer to share and to comment and to tell their friends about it. So that's the things we have to do. Back to the social media. For me, I like the Facebook the most, simply because it has a lot of business functions like online advertisement campaigns, which Instagram just started but not very good. And you can really dig into each people's habits by just checking out their accounts and their likes and whatever. I think Zach already mentioned these kind of things in the last event. You can really dig into people's life via Facebook. But Instagram is growing really fast because it's very simple. It's just browse all the pictures and then you get the most important function. So you have to work combine Facebook and Instagram really well because they actually is not the same company. So a lot of the channels are built up. And for a lot of companies, a lot of products that YouTube videos is important because they have a lot of tutorial and demonstration, and the video is more direct to show people what the product is. So top on that, this is the three main ones. And the LinkedIn, as Daniella said, is very, very important now. And I may have to learn from you a lot.
Yeah, welcome to join the course.
Yeah. So all these things, if you can really manage the 4 platforms well, then I guarantee that you can build up a community really fast. Influencer is another thing that is not it's not belong to you, but you have to use it. I have to say that influencers, they are there for a very good reason. That some of them are driving traffic to your communities, to your social media platforms. Some of them are very good at to tell people story and tell about products. And some people, when people have followers to listen to the words, that's the influence you should focus on because they have a very, very honest followers to them. Once they say something and people listen to them. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can also just sell with online marketing. You don't need to like go through all this community building stuff. Like in the long run, that's more effective. But if you just want to like sell, you can do that. Like Google search ads, Google shopping ads, you find the people that are looking exactly for the thing you have, and then you're like right there, and they're looking to buy that thing, right? So these kinds of things are the long-term approach, but don't forget sometimes you need short-term cash and you need to just sell stuff to people, and Google shopping and Google search and Bing search are really, really easy. Going from Google to Bing can take just a couple clicks to import a campaign from Google. But one really important thing you want to think about is what age range your kind of target is. If you want to reach older people that really don't think before they spend money, Bing is great because these are the people that don't really like customize their stuff. Like it's the default option. So if you want to find people that are like using the default option, use Bing marketing because they buy a lot of stuff. So that's a trick right there. But don't forget, you guys can focus on getting your sales immediately without too much extra stuff. But you want to see what's everyone doing, like I said, because we're all doing a different product in here, and different channels are going to be more effective than others.
I have one.
Okay.
Yeah, because Zach just said that you can actually direct your traffic to sales directly. That's true, but I'm more like building a brand and for companies long distance, so it's kind of a little bit different. So that Zach is more focused on the conversion. Mine is more like we have to build up the army for us in the future. So it's really back to the question I always ask the audience, that what is your product and what is your goal? If you want fast sale, then follow Zach. He's a professional for that. But if you really want to build up a brand and do well in the Western market, I think I have some answers for you. Yeah.
Okay, I have to add something.
Okay, all right.
quick one. So yeah, basically, before you wanna sell, even you wanna sell anything to anyone, you have to be on LinkedIn. Okay, just have to add that.
Completely.
Just have to add that because that is crucial today for any business, guys. Before people making a decision where they go to LinkedIn and they go there and they check your profile. That's and also LinkedIn has the highest ROI among all any other social media. Why? Because it's free, okay? And you can easily contact with distributors, investors, and so on. Now, going a little bit more into the direct sales, like, yes, it is possible to do sales as well on LinkedIn, and you can do it on your own. If you want to save time, there are many softwares that are available for you to actually send specific messages to your prospects as well. Some of them starting from $10, $15 up to $9.99 or $199 per month. That you can leave everything on automation and still reach out to potential customers. So yeah, just adding that.
It's about the power of LinkedIn. So my first marketing agency, I used LinkedIn for all my client acquisition. So I want to say some things are good about LinkedIn. So what I did, I used a tool called Autopilot for LinkedIn.
Okay.
Do you remember that one?
I don't know this one.
This was in the day.
What
This is
year?
back in the day. I don't even know.
Because back in the days
And
we
so-
used the what Sales Navigator is today, and it used to be free.
Yeah.
So you didn't really need
But
any automation.
What I would do is I would pick like CEO within 20 miles of my house, and then it would visit 600 people per day that were CEOs within 20 miles of my house, and then they would see that like I visited them.
Yeah.
They're like, who the fuck is this guy? So then they'd go to like my profile, which would be written like a sales page, and then I'd be like, oh hey, check me out on LinkedIn. Like, well now that you're here, let's talk about something. Let's get some coffee or something. Then I would go meet them and would close them on digital marketing services. And so within about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I was up to more than $20,000 in recurring revenue, just doing almost nothing, right? All I did was set up a program to automatically go and visit 600 people per day. So that can be good.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah.